article that I chose is called Does Sexy Media Promote Teen Sex? Is a meta-analytical and a methodological review by Christopher Ferguson. So it's an extract of a journal called Psychiatric Quarterly, and it was released on this past June 2007. The biggest question that this article raises is the exposure of sex media, including depictions, which means like blogs, artwork, or let's see what other thing, portraits, drawings, sketches, stuff like that, or even discussions about sexual encounters. Do they affect adolescents' sexual behavior? This article is important and relevant to the sexuality research, sex education, and public health because it pinpoints us as adults what we have to acknowledge and take into consideration in our teens' education. So are we providing the accurate information? Are we using the necessary tools? And what things can affect the teen's perspective about sex? Are the methods they're using to get informed effective, and are the things that we're putting out there, are they affecting them in taking their decision, or are they taking it on their own? The results indicated that the presence, the effect that there is on teenagers is very weak. The impact of media on teen sexuality is very minimal to effect size near to zero, so that makes it pretty much not impossible that sex media promotes teen sex, but it's just a bigger picture and a broader thing, teen sex, that has a lot of factors into it, and we cannot blame it on sexy media. It says that journal media does not correlate with sexual behavior at all. Then we have that there's a small percent that the sexy media correlates with sexual behavior, but it's so small and a lot of other factors tie into it that it is very weak. I found, as I was looking through the article, I found two limitations that I thought they were very important. And the first one is unstable kind of candidate, and what I mean by that is that when teenagers, we're talking about teenagers, they have their hormones very differently every single day, and something that we might show a picture to of a sexy media and measure their effect. Well, one day it can be affecting it, and another day it cannot, because the hormone levels are rising every single day, and they are very unpredictable. So I think that the candidates that the research used, they are very unstable. Therefore, we cannot rely entirely on the information. Also, we have to understand that sometimes even if we get two teenagers of the same age, they might not be in the same level of puberty. Another thing that I found was that I saw that the article in the introduction, they cited and they recognized that this topic is very controversial, and they cited, they said, some studies find effects for only specific populations but not others, meaning that they sometimes just take into consideration this population of teenagers, let's say USA, but it does not mean that everybody is the same. So it can not be the same thing for Asian people in China, or Hispanics, Mexicans in this case, and stuff like that, you know? So we should consider the different populations, and the numbers can fluctuate. Another thing is that it says some finds effects of certain types of media but not others. What that means is that everybody, like we have discussed all along, is that we are all different anatomically and even in our sexual arousal. There are people who get turned on with different things than other. So by just generalizing this type of media, let's say videos, people might get more excited with pictures instead of videos. So it all depends on the arousal of each person. Some find effects for some types of sexual content but not others. So some people might feel that, I don't know, like this, You know, like some people might see this and be like, wow, this is so unbelievable, like, wow, and exciting, right? And for other people, this might just be very artistic. In my case, it's very artistic. I'm a dancer, so I can admire bodies without feeling aroused. So having all these differences can affect the information as a whole, and we should take it into consideration as a limitant for the research. Okay, so something I really liked about this article was the discussion section, and this is when they started kind of like making points that maybe we're focusing too much in the teen sex and sexy media, and we're not looking at the other things that are affecting teen sex, like for example the youth. The primarily thing that is affecting the youth is our socializing ambit or our environment with our family. By for example, a lot of families suppress teenagers who want to talk about sex, and this makes them go into sexy media and get informed through sexy media instead of their families, and that is what develops into early sex in teenage years. So I thought that it was very interesting of how the biggest promotion of teen sex is considered to be the environment in which they are moved around. The video, I have the cited scholarly article, and thank you.